Hi, everybody.
Oh, we're live.
We're
I didn't
live.
see the video. I couldn't see the video at all on my side.
Yes.
So I'm just sitting here
Nope.
waiting for somebody to speak.
We're
Hi.
live. We're live.
We're live. We're live.
So, hi, everybody. Welcome to Knits and Pieces Tuesday night knit chat. My name is Noelle, and
I'm Kelly.
And you're Kelly. That's one thing that we get right, usually. Oh, we didn't put our names on the screen.
I'm doing that. There we go.
Okay, you're doing that. Okay, there we go. Just in case we forget. So we're coming to you from southwestern Ontario, which is unseasonably warm.
Cutting grass on the weekend. That's how warm it is.
Yes, so I had to take my socks off so that I could wear a sweater. So, anyways, but I don't.
I'm wearing a short sleeve sweater.
There you go. Anyways, yeah. So welcome to our Tuesday night knit chat. We're a knitting podcast, but Tuesday nights we just have a little knit chat where we just get together and knit, just like you were going to the coffee shop with your knitting friends, and we talk about whatever happens to come up in the conversation. So we've got quite a few people joining us already. So we'll just go through and say some hi. So hi, Beth, Elaine, Trudy, Janie, Cornelia, Mandy, Luana. We've got Pink in Ink Knit. So I'm not sure what your first name is. I don't know. Have we seen that before, Kelly?
I don't think so.
We may have, but we're not sure what your first name is. So we've also got Amy. And we know that Pink in Ink is working on a Muscleboro hat, which both Kelly and I are working on tonight too.
Yes.
And we've got hi, Kimmy, Catherine, Susan, Barb, Emily, Debbie, Tracy. What's Tracy doing? She's last minute addition to Christmas knitting. That's the thing. When we get finished, we just add more things.
It's like shopping. If you finish early, you think you're done, but no, you're still going to go back up.
No, you just keep adding more things. And we've got Sarah and Kathy. And what does Sarah say? She's doing a scrappy socks, held double, fingering held double on a 3.5, making DK weight socks. Yes, they are. I haven't worn mine yet.
I want to do that.
I haven't worn mine yet because it hasn't been cold enough. So Emily's knitting a lightweight hipster. Yay, we love that pattern. Mandy said she's working on a Sunspots cardigan for her daughter. She keeps asking for another pink one. I think I like your daughter, Mandy. Pink is great. And Beth says she's working on Finley's hat from Drops Design. It's a gorgeous hat. Oh, ridiculously confusing instructions.
Oh, dear.
She has to do a second one just to decipher the time. Oh, well, there you go. That's good reason to cast on another one. And Emily loves DK socks too. And Julia's working on the bee's knees. I do really like that one. Tracy says her daughter was complaining her feet were cold. My feet, they were cold earlier today, but I just find running around and dinner and getting ready that you just get worked up. Shirley's here. Hi, Shirley. We've got Debbie working on a Spectra sweater. Joan's here. Nicole, Teresa, Marianne's here. It's 4 Celsius in Manitoba. I'm pretty sure, Marianne, last time I talked to you, it was a whole lot colder than that. So you're even getting a heat wave here too. Yeah, so again, hi, everybody. Nancy's here. Jess, if I missed your name, I apologize. There's getting to be so many people in here, it's hard to go through all the names, but we welcome everybody.
Oh, Cherie's here, and she said there's a blizzard in Idaho.
Oh, well.
You keep it in Idaho, Cherie, please.
No, I would like to, well, I don't want a blizzard. I would like a little bit of snow, but I don't want a blizzard. But anyway.
Oh, and Nancy says she's finally catching her first live knit chat. Well, welcome.
Welcome, Nancy.
Yeah, so everybody that's been here before, welcome back. And if you're brand new here tonight, that's fantastic. I hope you have a good time. We're a really friendly bunch. Jump right in on the comments. If there's something that you want us to see on the comments, and if we talk through it and we miss you, type it in again.
Type it in again. That's right. Because it's kind of sometimes it's hard to read and talk at the same time. So anyway, Shirley wanted to know how warm it was in knit chat. It was up to 8 or 9 degrees today outside.
Yes,
I believe, but it was nice and sunny. So when it's sunny outside, the house tends to get a little bit warmer. And Pink in Ink is Stacy.
Okay,
so
that's a new name for us.
That's a new name. We've got to remember that. That's right. So, and we've got Helen and Monica and Peggy and Kimberly. Anyway, like I said, hello, everybody. And we just want to know what you're doing. We're getting ready for Christmas. So mine's kind of, the knitting's kind of getting tapered off a little bit. And now we're kind of into some of the other things that I have to get done. So I've been doing some of that this week. Oh, you started a quilt?
I started a quilt last night. It's a Christmas gift. Yes, I started it last night. Now, it is a baby quilt. It's not a baby quilt, but it's a small size quilt. It is so cute. I should have it finished by the weekend. I think we're planning to podcast this weekend, so I'll definitely show it off. It's so adorable. It's flannel, so it's cozy. And
so it's all machine quilted then.
Yes, I will be machine. Well, I might do a little bit of fancy stitching. That part may not be done, but I may do a little bit of embroidery in some of the blocks.
Okay.
Yeah. Elizabeth said that she got 2 tangled stitch bags in the mail today. Thank you, Elizabeth.
That's nice.
She loves them. Yes. Yes.
So Cindy said she loved the suggestion at the pony lace. She went and bought it this week and she's already using it to hold sleeves. I use it all the time. I will never go back to putting the sleeves on a piece of yarn. No, because it's so much easier to pick them off. Yeah, pick them up off that cord. Joe's here. She hasn't been here for a while. Hi, Joe. Oh, and Margaret says they have at least 2 feet in subarctic Quebec.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I'm not ready for 2 feet.
No, no. I don't have my snow tires on yet either. They're down, they're off the rack, they're ready to go on the car. They're not on the car. So we don't need any snow here yet.
I think mine might be on. I don't know. I'll have to ask Ross. I'm pretty sure they are. So
Cherie says that she's drooling over both of our knits, the sweater and your wrap. So do you want to talk about what you're wearing first?
Okay, I actually even was prepared for this. So my shawl is the Typhoon shawl by Josh Reichs Rubinski, and he has Rebel Pup Knits. I'll take it off because it's getting too hot to keep it on anyway. So I think I've showed this before, but it is done in timber yarns, and it's a skein of her solids, and it's her solids are kind of tonal, so that's the pinky color. I think that color was called Pink Mitten, and then it's done with a sock set, her twin sock. So it was basically 100 grams of the sock and 100 grams of the solid.
And I think the striping is Serenity, right? No.
Yes.
Serendipity.
The color is Serendipity. And I love it. It's got I love the colors in it. It goes with so many things. And I like the shape, the weight. I love the little, the ending, the cast off. Get the knitting terminology right. Okay. So I really like it. And then my sweater is the Gulfstream pullover by Beth McDonald Stone. This is done in Juniper Moon Farms, Santa Cruz, and the color is called Huckleberry. And I really like it. It's just got a nice lace yoke. I'm going to get my right up into the camera here. And it kind of looks like cables, but it's a faux cable. So you don't really have to do any crossing stitches or anything. And then it's just got a little bit of lace detail in the yoke. So really like it. And it's comfortable. The yarn feels nice. It's 100% merino, but it's a non-superwash merino. So, okay. So go ahead, Kelly.
Well, I was trying to be as organized as you. I just typed in a banner. It doesn't want to save and go up on the screen.
Why don't I do it? You talk, I'll do it.
That's right. I forgot. Noelle's running the show now, isn't she? All the power. So I'm wearing the Miserina by Caitlin Hunter. And this is yarn that I got from Leo and Roxy in colorway pistachio, and the brown is Fedora. It's in the Stroll by Knit Picks, and both Noelle and I agree that this may be one of the most favorite yokes we've ever done, because it has this beautiful color work, and then it has this lovely little bit of cabling in between. I did it as a pattern called for as a short sleeve sweater. So I'm just wearing a long t-shirt underneath it. And when Noelle did the sweater, she just went all the way and did long sleeves.
Yep.
I think I want to repeat the sweater because I like it so much. I had just so much fun doing the yoke. So I think I want to repeat it. And I think I'll definitely put some long sleeves in it too. I made mine as a crop because I wear this a lot of times with dresses, but I think if I do the long sleeve, I'll make it a little bit longer, and then I can wear that with jeans as well. So
see, I'd like to do a short sleeve one because I'd like to wear it over. I've got some just A-line tank dresses that I wear in the summer.
Right. Right.
And just like a little nice linen one would be nice to go over top of that in the summer, just because sometimes if you go into a restaurant or something, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a sleeve on if it gets cool. So
Thank you, Marianne.
Yeah, thanks everybody for the comments. Yeah, we really like them, and the Miss Arena especially is such a fun knit. So
I'm sitting here.
You're doing your Muscleboro, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll show that.
Yes, because I think a couple of people put in here that they were working on a Muscleboro. So
I think I'm a little bit behind. I think I'm behind on the Muscleboro train.
Yes,
because lots of people have made them and made more than one. So I just started this just before we came on here tonight. This is all I got. Just this little itty bitty Muscleboro. This is the yarn that I'm using, and it is, hang on a second. It's in here.
This is, I've been working on mine, but I really only, actually, I think KnitChat basically is almost the only place I've worked on it because I'm busy getting other things done for Christmas. So
well, that's what I want to get this up and going for, just specifically for KnitChat. Once I get onto where I'm just knitting, then I can just sit and knit without paying attention. So it's Static by Knit Picks. Get in focus there. Doesn't want to focus, but okay. And the colorway is Quest. And this is what it looks like, all caked up. So it will have a little bit of, I don't want to call it a striping pattern. It's not a striping pattern. It's kind of similar, like to the German sock yarns where you get a little bit of
self-patterning.
Yeah, sort of like this, which is still sitting here from last week. So sort of like this. Now it won't look exactly like this, but that's how it just creates a little bit of a pattern. I think in this Knit Picks Static, because I did make a pair of socks in it, it's unbelievably soft, and it has kind of I don't know, I want to call it a blurry section where it's just kind of, I don't know, heavily variegated, but then it does do a little bit of a stripy, narrow stripes, thicker stripes, and then this little blurry section. So that's kind of what I will get out of that. But I thought this would be really pretty colors just to go like with my winter coat. So I have a ways to go. Just my teeny tiny little bullseye. Yeah. Now I didn't use a pinhole cast on either. The problem I had, I was just talking to Noelle about this before. How did I get so much yarn tangled up? I literally just put this down. Okay. So I did the disappearing loop cast on over the 4 needles. With the pinhole cast on, it required a crochet hook. And my crochet hooks, most of them, the ones that were really accessible, were, if I had, like these are a size 3 needles. So the crochet hooks that I have are those Clover Comfort crochet hooks. So they have a bit of a bumper on the bottom. And you need to be able to slide your stitches all the way off on the other end of your crochet hook. So that wasn't going to work for me. So I used the disappearing loop, and it's where you sort of knit them onto this loop that you then pull tight. And so you get a really nice center point, and then the loop just goes away. It's like magic.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of similar because that's the same thing. You pull that cord, you pull that yarn too when you're doing the pinhole one, and it tightens up all the stitches. Yeah. So it's probably just a different way to achieve the same thing. But I want to go back because Vanda wanted to know what size needle I'm using. I'm using a 3mm needle. Mine is a fingering weight yarn. It's Lolo did it in her Sparkle sock, and it's quite a light fingering. So I'm on a 3mm, and it's a 16-inch because once I got past, and I didn't do double points like Kelly did. When I did the beginning, I did it on magic loop. And then once I had my stitches and could fit it on the 16-inch, I went to the 16-inch. So it's just basically now it's just round and round. And I just put a marker where the beginning is. I took all the other markers out where the increases were, but once I get to the decreases, I'll put them back in again. Yeah. So, and what I did, I don't know if you're going to do that, but what I did was I want to use the whole skein of yarn if I can. Yes. So I weighed how much it took me from the beginning to the end of the increases. Yeah. And I know I need to save that much yarn at the end in order to do my decreases.
That's what I plan to do.
So, yeah.
So I want to use all of this skein. So.
Yeah. And what size of needles did you decide to use?
3.
3. Okay.
I asked Julia today too, because you said you were using a 3, right?
Yes.
And then I thought, well, maybe I would need to go down to a 2.75 because you are a tighter knitter. But then I checked in with Julia today, and she said that she also used a 3. And I think our knitting, mine and Julia's, is pretty close.
Yeah. And mine is a finer DK.
Actually,
Sorry,
now
not
that I'm
DK,
thinking about it,
fingering.
I think she told me she used a 3.25.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I lied. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I think she told me she used a 3.25, but that if she made it again, she would go down to a 3. So I took that advice. I think I got the text right now. So I would use that advice, and then I'm going with the 3.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
Mhm.
yeah. So I really liked doing it. It was nice to do something new, and I know that I went up to bigger than the biggest size as far as the number of stitches, because again, it's um, a skinnier yarn, but where I like the fabric, so that's what's more important than.
That's right.
So anyway, so
and Elaine's here from BC. No worries, Elaine. You're not late. Nobody's ever late. Drop in,
that's
drop
right.
out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Teresa
Nancy's
says
here.
she's made one Muscleboro, but she's making another one as soon as Christmas knitting is done. I know. You know what? Christmas night, if I'm not too tired, I am like so totally doing a selfish cast on.
Well, you have to. That's
Who
what
am I
Christmas Eve
kidding?
cast on
It's
is
probably
about.
going to be. It'll be Boxing Day morning when I get up and nobody else is here. That's what it will be.
Yes.
So.
I don't know what I'm going to cast on for Christmas Eve yet. Does anybody else have some ideas planned?
I don't think I have time on Christmas Eve to cast on something.
Well, I mean, you don't have to knit half of it, Noelle. You just have to cast it on.
No, but I know, but I'm usually, well, we're even going to cook the turkey on Christmas Eve. Plus I get breakfast ready the night before. Plus I'm usually busy packaging stuff up and dropping stuff off. And I don't know, Christmas Eve, it never really had the time to do a cast on. I'm better for a Christmas night cast on.
Okay.
So we'll see.
After the excitement's over?
Yes. Anyway, but I did get all my little dresses finished. So
that's good.
And I just have one more to block, but this is the one that I just finished. I love this color. It's so cute.
I love that color. It is so pretty.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see all them. And this yarn is awesome for baby stuff, kid stuff. That's the Barocco Vintage DK. Like it's like I did just soak it, but then I put it in my my washing machine has a spin cycle. So yes. I put it in just in a garment bag and spun all the water out of it. And basically it was dry by the next morning.
I do that mostly with all of my sweaters. I spin everything out. Just put it in a bag. Make sure that the bag isn't too much bigger. Like don't have a lot of room in the bag. Like don't use a big bag for a small sweater.
Because you don't want it to have room to.
I put it in a bag that's fairly tight, and then I'll spin it out for sure. Because then I put it up usually on the dining room table underneath the ceiling fan. Yeah. That makes things happen pretty quickly.
So anyway, so that's this year. So they're all getting one like that. But I want to show you the last time we had a Christmas picture with them when I made them matching outfits was 2 years ago.
Yes.
So I stuck in these pictures. I'm going to show you the pictures. So this first picture is the actual photo that we ended up with. So remember, this is 2 years ago. So they're all 2 years older now. So there's the picture with the 3 of them. So they were all pretty little, right? So that was the picture that we ended up liking. Here is what we had to do to get the photo.
It's like herding cats.
Anyways, so we hope that we get a good photo this year. So, and hopefully they're all a little bit older that we won't go through all that with the photos. So I think people were just snapping photos like constantly just to get one good one. So
it's hard to imagine them being so small now.
Well, there's no way all 3 of them will fit on my lap this year.
No.
So, and probably
they'll be lucky if they can even see you if you were sitting behind them now.
Probably by next year, I'm going to have to sit on one of their laps.
Yes. Julie says she agrees with you. Christmas Eve is super busy. She's usually wrapping presents until the wee hours. Probably a Boxing Day cast on. She was thinking of casting on the Muscleboro. Well, I'm glad we are not the only 2 people that have not knit a Muscleboro. Speaking of that, I feel like that's how I am about the ranunculus. I must be the only knitter that does not have a ranunculus. So I hope to remedy that. I'm sitting here. I have to say, it's a very woolly smell coming off of my table here. I got yarn in the mail on the weekend, and so this is what I'm going to make my ranunculus with. This is a cone of coast. That's what I'm trying to say. And this color is River. And I've seen I've seen somebody make a ranunculus where they hold 2 strands of the Holst coast. That's a riddle. And then Holst
coast. Is that coast?
This
or is
coast.
It super soft?
No, this is coast.
Coast, okay.
And then you hold 2 strands of this and 1 strand of the yarn that I hate saying the name of, Titicaca. And the Titicaca is 100% pure thin alpaca. This is so soft. And this colorway is Stonewash, I think. So anyway, together.
That'll look nice. Yeah.
So there's very little color definition change between the two. They're pretty close, but this, and this is so much softer than the super soft, right? So this is hoping to be
the coast is cotton and lamb's wool.
Yeah,
I think the super soft, I'm not positive, but I think it has some Shetland in it, which is a little bit coarser.
Okay. So this is not what the woolly wool is smelling. This actually smells quite nice. What I've got the woolly wool going on.
Hey, woolly wool smells nice.
I don't know. I swear
I like the smell of woolly wool.
This smells like sheep just rolled in out of the field. It's got a smell. It's got a distinct barn smell. And I don't remember my other super soft smelling this way.
Is that straw?
This is straw.
Well, there you go. It smells like straw.
It smells like straw that have been laid on by sheep. And then
there we go.
I got this one is oatmeal. And I like this color too. So these are definitely going to need a nice long soak after they're knit up. I don't know what I'm knitting with them yet. I don't have any designs or plans, but I got these on the was it the Black Friday sale? I think. So anyway, they came straight from Denmark, and I love this color. I know. I want to get knitting with that too, and I just bought a new pattern today, and I think it's going to be my first cast on. Of course, every week it changes, right? My first cast on for after Christmas changes every week. But I bought a new pattern. It's called Peacock. I can't remember who it's by, but it's on Ravelry. But the one that's on Ravelry has a different neck. So I saw it on Instagram, so I had to go into the designer's page and I bought it. It's got a really pretty neck. But anyway, I'll for next week I'll print off a picture from the pattern, and I'll show you a couple of my yarn choices, and maybe you can pick. Maybe. Okay, that'll be fun.
But we'll see because I've got a couple of choices. Like I've got some of the Holst tides. I've also got some of the Titicaca that would match it. I've also got some of the tides that would match some mohair that I have. So all these choices, but it's going to be like a 2-stranded. So I'll bring some choices and see what happens. So,
well, I think I'm in good company because I see there's been a few people now that have chimed in and said they also don't have a ranunculus. So I don't feel like the last woman standing without a ranunculus.
There you go. Lots of people haven't made Muscleboros yet either.
Right. And
and there's probably lots of people that haven't made love notes either.
But okay, I've made 2 of those. Glenda says Muscleboro is a small village right next to her in Edinburgh.
There you go. So she should knit a Muscleboro to wear to Muscleboro.
To Edinburgh.
She could call it her Muscleboro.
No, she could wear Muscleboro to Muscleboro when she leaves Edinburgh.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. We need to come up with a short-term word. It's a long word, and I know our accent, we're butchering it.
MB hat.
We need Glenda to come on here and tell us how to say it, or tell us how to say it correctly. Okay. Trying to catch up. Shirley hasn't knit.
Jamie says she hasn't made a love note either.
Okay.
I know. There's just not enough time to make everything.
Susan says nice cones. Did you hear that? Susan says nice cones. Well, thank you, Susan. She just found out that her newer local yarn store has Patagonia.
Yay.
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 You're going to love it, Susan. You're going to love it. It's a great yarn to work with. That's the other hat I want to cast on.
Which one?
The August hat? August hat.
Oh, yes. And I actually, to go back, I thought Tracy had said something about doing the porty. Is it
Porty.
a porty hat?
Yeah, the porty hat. It's similar.
Is that the color work one?
No, it's
I don't know which one.
I just saw it today. I actually just saw it today. It's similar to the Muscleboro.
Oh, okay.
Beth says the men in her life love that the knits she does for them have a distinct sheep aroma. There you go. There you go. Nancy wants to know if I'm going to hold together to marl it. I am holding everything together. I don't think it'll be much of a marl though, Nancy. Like the colors are really so similar. Very similar. Yeah. I don't think you'll be able to tell where one starts and the other ends, but this unbelievably soft. I mean, it's very fine, but it's unbelievably soft. And see,
they're both the same. Were they the same color?
Halo.
Are they the same color?
No.
Were they on that list? Were they on the list of yarns that go together?
Yes, they were.
Like if you go into the Holst website, there is actually a page on there that tells you all of the Titicaca colorways, which is a 100% baby alpaca.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so soft.
It says pure thin alpaca.
Okay, and it's like there's over 400 yards, so it's kind of like a lace weight because it's a 50 gram. It's a 50 gram cake.
Yes, so there's 400 meters in it.
Yes, but if you go onto their website, there is a page that shows you all of the Titicaca colors and then corresponding coast colors, tides colors, super soft colors, and whatever. They have another one too, Grelong, I think.
One of these
it's got some cashmere in it.
Yeah.
But anyways, it tells you what to pair with it.
I don't know which one it was, but one of these is a special color that they don't regularly have. I almost feel like it was this one.
That one. Okay.
And they said it would pair with this. And after I had seen that somebody else put all of that together, I thought, you know what? I really love this color. I could totally see this color with a pair of jeans or even like a black dress. It would look nice because it's such a pretty blue. But that's the plan.
Lori wanted to know how to spell Muscleboro. I'm going to type it in. I typed it in right. Oops, wrong one.
Shirley pointed out that buying yarn and knitting with it are entirely two different hobbies. Agreed.
There you go. So there's the spelling. So it's a lot of people say Musselburgh, but if you look at the way Edinburgh is spelled, it's spelled exactly the same way at the end, and everybody says Edinburgh. Nobody says we're going to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, right?
Yes, you're supposed to have a little bit of the rolling of the R's in there somewhere, I think, too. Amanda hasn't knit either. They're Muscleboro or ranunculus.
There you go. So you can knit whatever you want, whenever you want. That's the joy of knitting. You don't have to knit what everybody's knitting. You can knit whatever you want. So, except if you're knitting Christmas stuff and then you got to get it finished. You can't, not necessarily knitting what you want at the moment. But so I also did this week some candles. Yes. So I've done some in the little mason jars, and then I did some in these were just candle jars that I had that the candles were used. Plus I got my daughter to keep them for me, and we ordered. Well, Kelly and I ordered a whole bunch of wax and different scents to make all our candles for next year. So
yes,
and it shipped already.
Did it ship already?
Mm-hmm. I just ordered it yesterday and it shipped already. So these ones are going to be for gifts. And like these were really nice containers that these candles came in. They've got like a little wooden lid that I'm going to package on them like that. And then I got these little stickers at the dollar store that just say handmade with love. Yeah. So I'm just going to put one of those on top of the the little wooden top. And then on the bottom, I just put a little sticker that says the scent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so those were like actually pretty fast make. And, you know, the candles are not very difficult to make. You just got to keep an eye on your temperature when you're melting your wax, and then stir in the scent. And I stir in the scent for like 3 minutes. Like my arm is sore by the time, but I'm going to make sure that scent binds to the wax. So yeah, so Kelly and I, a lot of the ones that I made now, I'll probably get to keep a couple of these little ones, but a lot of them are for gifts. So we're looking forward to, hopefully maybe the weekend between Christmas and New Year's, we can get some of ours made. So you need to go look for your jars, Kelly.
Well, okay, I was going to tell you about that. They're quite expensive to buy the jars, but I found them for 88 cents a jar on Alibaba if we wanted to buy 200.
I probably have. I still have ones that I didn't use because I get Jacqueline to save all of hers for me. And when I give these to the kids this year, there will be instructions to save the jar.
Right? That's like the mason jars that I handed the salsa in. If you want salsa, you better bring me back this jar, right?
Yep. And just in case anybody's wondering how to get wax out of a jar, I Googled it. And a lot of people kind of put it in the freezer and then kind of chip it out. But one website that I looked at said, if you take your jar and you've usually only got like a little tiny bit of wax left in it at the bottom, boil water, pour the boiling water in it. It'll melt the wax. The wax will float to the top.
Yep.
And then you can just, once it's cool, just pop that out. Or if it breaks up in pieces, then I just pour it through a filter or a sieve so that the wax isn't going down your sink.
Right.
And yeah, so that cleaned up pretty easily. So yeah, they were fun and
this is as close as Noelle and I get to homesteading, by the way. This is it. Although I don't know. I might be interested to try soap someday too. My husband really likes
Rachel and Curtis have made soap.
Yeah.
And Ross really likes the soap mold and everything to put it in.
See? Okay. So we might be doing soap.
Yes. So this is so
we're not just knitters.
See?
Yeah,
I've got all my jars done, and we're talking about the mason jars. I've got all my jars done of nuts and bolts that we give away. Yes. So I just saved, like, these are just mason jars. These ones I think were ones that were just had spaghetti sauce in them at one point. So we just keep the jars, wash them all out. And then for the top, the paper that we were talking about last week to make the stars. I made some trees. I just cut circles out with pinking shears and then just put them around it. And then I just tied it up with these little bits of colorful raffia. So you can have different. And then then I just put baskets together for my family that I've got like some of these in them and some candles and some other little bits and pieces, cookies, and I make bread. And so we put it together. And it would be really nice to have soap to put into it, especially if we did soap and then made little face cloths to go with it.
There you go.
Next year.
You could weave the towels. I'll knit the little face cloths. We'll make the soap together. Okay. We should start this in February.
Yeah,
so that we're ready next year.
So this is what my.
Oh, I love that one.
This is what they look gorgeous. Like when they come off the loom. So this will be 3 tea towels. So that was my, this is a cotton linen blend and it's got a houndstooth pattern in it. So that one's off. And then this one.
Oh, that one's pretty.
It's just a plaid. So this one is 100% cotton, but they go on and on forever. Plus you could actually do this and make it into like a long table runner.
Oh, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. And then you could have the fringe coming down at the end on it and do that. Like I've got the little twisting tool that twists it all up nice. So those are tea towels that are going to go into the baskets that I do too. So that's what I've been busy doing. I haven't gotten a lot of knitting done this week. I've been busy doing those. I've got another set on the loom right now that are log cabin.
Okay.
And they're cool because the pattern kind of looks dimensional.
Yes.
So it's really cool. Anyways.
I love it. I love your tea towels. When
Thanks.
She first started giving me tea towels, I was afraid to use them because I was worried. What if something happens to them? And she said, they're a tea towel, just use them.
Use it, exactly.
I know, but I just, and the truth of the matter is, we were talking about this the other day. It's not as if it dries a lot of dishes because we have a dishwasher. A lot of people have dishwashers, right? And,
Mhm.
but it gets used more like of a hand towel, I guess, right? It hangs at the stove, and I just love them. They dry your hands like the best thing. So I would like some in my bathroom too, hint, hint, you know.
Well, that's, you know what? I thought I should do the same thing as where I should make myself do like a set, pick out colors and do a set like every month. Like I kind of like what I do with the socks instead of, okay, it's December, I got to make like 5 sets in.
That's right. Right. It'd be your lucky weave. Lucky weave.
That's
yes.
right. Exactly. Okay. So Barb says she makes her own wool wash.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
I was
nice
going to say,
too,
Cherie said that she wants to try lotion bars. And that's something else that we use all the time, Noelle.
Yes.
We're never without a lotion bar. We should look into that.
Yes.
This is going to cut into our knitting time. People.
I know.
Going to cut into the knitting time.
So Majo wanted to know what scent of candles that I make. Okay, so Majo, this one is cedar bark spice. This one is cypress fig. I also got bourbon and cedar bark spice. Did I say that? Yes, I said that. Okay. The other one is something else. Honey, fig, ginger. That was the other one. But Kelly and I have ordered, I think we ordered
12
cents each because we want to try out different scents so that we can figure out which ones are our favorite. But I order from Village Candlecraft. It's in Vaughan, near Toronto. They also have a store in St. Mary's. And like I said, the shipping was really super fast. And I mean, I ordered 25 pounds of wax.
Yes, we did.
And then we ordered all the scents, and they have everything. They also have the wicks and the little sticky things to stick the wick to the jar. You can buy jars there too, but like I have a lot of jars because Jacqueline burns candles all the time, and I just get her to save the jars for me. And I burn them all the time too. So, and you can use mason jars. Like you could even, like these are just the little ones, but you could also use the bigger, like the taller mason jars, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So those are
many
just
things that you can do.
A few things that we have on the go.
Yep. And so many scents. If you go, there are so many scents that you can choose
I think they have over 300.
Yeah. It's hard to pick. So anyway.
Beth says she makes all of their soap. She said it's so cheap. Even the pure Castile for washing her face. Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yes, and you could use essential oils. You can actually, at this candle place too, you can actually buy, if you want to scent the candles, there are choices. I think a couple of the blends that we got might have been essential oil, and then some are fragrance oils. So
somebody asked what loom you have, Noelle.
Oh, sorry. I have an Ashford Rigid Heddle 32 inch. So I got the 32 inch because when I do my tea towels, they are, what is it? 20, when I make them, they're 20 inches across, each one before you wash it. This is the non-washed before wash because it does shrink up quite a bit. I think are about 33 inches, but I got the 32 inch loom because really probably the widest you can weave in that is probably about 31 inches. You don't get the full 32 inches. But I also got the second heddle for it, which means eventually I'm going to be able to weave twice the width, which makes a fairly decent sized blanket. But I was signed up to take a course. That was back when we got back from New York.
Yes.
I was supposed to take a course using the double heddle down at Little Red Mitten, but that was when I was sick from coming back from New York and I couldn't go. And then the pandemic hit and they haven't offered the course since. So I've got the double heddle and everything. I probably could go onto YouTube and figure it out, but I know when I took classes there, I thought they were really good. The instructors were really good. And it's kind of a hands-on thing. It's nice to, for the first couple of times, kind of have somebody show you like that.
There watching. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I like those classes were, I think, as I took the beginning weaving, and then I took the tea towel weaving, and then I took a rug weaving, and all of them were very informative, and it was different things that you were doing, and I learned a lot from it. And from that, it was a lot easier to decipher YouTube tutorials when you were looking at doing different things.
Right, right.
So
going back to candles, Amanda says they get the wax out of their jars by putting water in the jar and microwaving them. Then the wax floats to the top.
Okay. Yeah.
So you just let it harden in the fridge, flip it out, pour out the water, and then clean the inside of the jar with alcohol, she says.
Yeah.
So
okay, someone said they missed where we got. I should probably type that in.
Yes. There's a lot of comments tonight. Reading, knitting, commenting. Carolyn says that Noelle didn't hear my hint about the towels. I should remind you again about bathroom towels.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it a lot. It's not the first time I've heard it.
She was using her mom ears, just flows.
I'm thinking, I do not have time to do anything else for this Christmas.
Oh, I didn't say for Christmas, but I am painting my bathroom, so I'll send you a paint chip, okay?
Okay, sure. I'm putting this in, guys, but I don't know if it's Village Candle and Craft or if it's Village Craft and Candle, but something like that. You know what? Let me just grab my iPad.
Well, it's one or the other. It's either.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
I feel like it's Craft and Candle.
Village Craft and Candle. Is that what I put?
I think so.
No,
so.
I put Candle and Craft. But if you type in Village
and you don't
Candle,
find it,
I'm sure it will come up.
Just type in the other one. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Julie said that she made lotion bars last year for gifts, and then she sold some. She hasn't had time this year, but they were easy to make, and she loves using them too. So she would also like to make candles.
Well, I did I did make candles last year. I did make them, but I only made like this size. So this year I got the bigger ones, and they turned out last year. So I thought, okay, why not go and try the bigger ones?
Okay, so our 25 pounds sounds pretty small now. Darcy says she once ordered 36 cases of 50 pounds each of wax.
Okay, but we're not doing them to sell them.
And she said it didn't all fit in her SUV, so she had to put 9 cases on top of the car. Oh my goodness.
Well, we just are getting ours delivered, but or shipped. But the shipping was only $14.99. I thought that was pretty good.
Beth says for mature skin, the great essential oils are rose and chamomile. What are you suggesting, Beth? We're not mature. We're very immature. I know you're not talking about our age. Oh, goodness. I'm so far back on comments. All right. I have to catch up.
Okay. Oh, Beth's telling me about Kelly Casanova. I have watched some of hers, Beth. She is good. So it's like there's no fluff, just teaching. So,
but that's what you want.
I know, because when I go into it, I'm like, just tell me. I don't want everything else. I just want to know how to do it.
Yes, just get to the good stuff.
Yeah. I guess I got to go look for some rose and chamomile oil then tomorrow before the next podcast.
Can we talk about
Anyways, the candles were fun, and your house smells amazing when you're making them.
So, oh, really? I didn't even think about it. That's an added side benefit then.
Yeah.
It's like
so now I don't know, like some of them, these ones are all soy. So I do let them cure for about 2 weeks before I burn them. Now, some say maybe a week you could probably do it, but I thought I'd rather give it time to mature. So
Jess is back home now. Jess is back home with her pizza that she picked up.
Oh, yay, Jess.
Which got me thinking about pizza party, which led me to think about pajama party. Can we talk about that?
Our PJ, you tell them all about our PJ party.
Our PJ party. So on the knit chat, well, had I been more organized, I could have given you a date, but whatever the Tuesday is between Christmas and New Year's, we're going to have a pajama party.
28th.
28th? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to have a pajama party. Unfortunately, you will only be able, just a moment, choking on my words here.
Oh no, do I even know what you're going to say? Did I miss something else? Okay, it helps if you drink this from the right side.
Okay, so you will only be able to see Noelle and I actually in our pajamas, but you will all be in pajamas too. But what I'd like to do, what I'm hoping, is that you can all submit photos of yourself in your PJs. Knitting would be great.
Yeah, but but it's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. You can also be drinking. That would be perfect.
You can be drinking whatever you want.
Whatever you like. I think I will be drinking wine on the night of the PJ party. But if you send in a photo to pull up the this one. Oh, just a second. We have to put the other one down.
Yep, I'm looking for it. There we go.
Okay, so this is our knit chat hashtag that we have on Instagram. if you take a photo of yourself or have somebody else take a photo of yourself in your PJs, submit it to that, or else if you have a personal Instagram so that you can't use the hashtags, submit it to me as a DM at the Tangled Stitch. And then I'm going to put everything together, make a little video that we will share with everybody on that knit chat. So I don't have any entries yet. We talked about it a week ago. I don't want to put pressure, but I want to see the photos. Okay. And I think this will be a lot of fun. So I heard Noelle even went out and bought new pajamas.
I did.
Yes. I think I'll be wearing a onesie. I have a fleece onesie. I think it'll be the thing. So get some photos in, let me make the video, and I think we'll have a good time. And it's nice too, because we can totally all be selfish knitting on that week between Christmas and New Year's. And hopefully lots of people are on some days off if they still work. And we can have a lot of fun.
Oh, Barb said she doesn't have Christmas PJs. They don't have to be Christmas PJs, Barb.
No, not at all. Just in your PJs.
Yep.
PJs that you're willing to include in a little video. So Julie is waiting for new PJs. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And then we'll be ready for bed after.
Maybe we can stay on a little later. Did you ever say that to your kids? As a when it was getting close to bedtime, I would say that. I said, well, if you go get your PJs on, get ready for bed, you can stay up 15 minutes later, right? Because then they just, they just transition. Oh, Shirley says that sounds like fun. And then she says we could also mention what the Christmas cast on was. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Yeah.
So I'll go back here. Lillian had said that she had bought a loom, but's unable to use it because of her cancer diagnosis. So we're sending all our love and hugs to Lillian and hope that maybe in the future you might be able to use it. But it is actually, for anybody that doesn't have one, there is actually like a fair bit of work setting it up, because when you go to work that, like you have to keep walking back and forth and back and forth. Like if you were doing steps on your watch, it would be a lot of steps. So it really is a bit of a workout to get it set up. But then once it's set up, you're basically sitting. So, and Ross is good. Ross helps me to roll it, because when you roll the tea towels, they got to be super tight. And so he rolls while I'm straightening out the warp before it goes in. But so there is a little bit of physical involved with it. Mm-hmm. So weaving. And again, those are all things that you wouldn't know before you actually went to a weaving class. Like, I mean, I think before I went, I had no idea what how you would set the thing up, right? And it was kind of intimidating till you see, and it's not really that difficult, but like it absolutely intimidates the heck out of me to think about how you set up like a table loom or a floor loom when they've got all those metal things and stuff hanging in the background and there's threads going all over the place. But I suppose it's the same thing. Once you get used to something, it kind of takes the intimidation out of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So. Okay, so Lillian says that her cancer's under control.
Okay.
But her treatments have dried her eyes, so she's struggling to sew and knit. Well, hopefully, if everything's under control now, Lillian, things will continue to get hopefully a little better.
But we're happy that you join us, even if you're not able to knit. It's still nice to have you in here visiting.
Yep.
Susan has some mini bottles of Prosecco that will be perfect. Now she says if she can only get her cat to take the picture. Go. It's those posable thumbs.
We're okay with that. We're okay with that. I might have a big bottle of Prosecco.
I forgot to tell you what happened here the other night. Mike went, I have an eyelash in my eye, sorry. Mike went to the back door to let the cat in, and he says, Kel, come quick. And I get over there. He goes, too late, you missed it. And I said, what? He goes, there was a big possum sitting on the back deck looking at me when I opened the door. Poor possums. They get a bad rap. They're everywhere. Oh goodness. So yes, get the photos in, but don't wait until that knit night. I need a little bit of time to put the little video together. So if you can get a photo to me by Christmas, and then like over the Christmas and Boxing Day, I'll put something together, a little video. So get a photo in. I would love to see everybody in their PJ.
Well, no, I told Rachel and Jacqueline to get pictures of the girls too in their jammies, because they do sometimes sit and watch us.
Do they?
Well, I think for like a minute until something more interesting comes along.
Oh goodness. What else do we have? Yes, Barb is saying use a timer for your photos. My phone has a timer, and I don't know if everybody knows this either, but if a lot of people have the Apple Watches, there's a little app on there that it makes it a remote for your phone, for your camera on your phone. And I actually use that a lot. That's how I do most of my finished sock photos. So I'll just be standing there in my socks with the camera all set up, and then I can see on here what the picture looks like, and then I can just hit snap, snap, snap and take all the pictures. So bonus points if you get you and your cat in the picture too.
I don't have a cat.
Well, maybe you can get Ross. My husband has the matching pajama pants to my onesie. Maybe we can get him in there too.
Anyways, when you were talking about socks, I just thought of something else too. I know that I'm getting all my socks. I've got the last pair that I'm working on, and this is my second sock of the last pair. Yay!
Yay!
So I'm so happy that those are going to be done. But I know that Kelly, you have on your website, you have a like a wrapper, right?
Yes.
That you can put onto your socks, but because ours are all, you can see that.
Yes. The Nelson.
So ours
Christmas
all
sock.
get little wrappers like this that say Nelson Christmas socks.
Very nice.
So we just wrap them all up and, just like that with the socks in it. And we used to have a guessing game where they had to guess whose socks were whose, but I'm not sure if we're going to do that this year, because right at the moment, I don't even know whose socks are whose yet. I told Ross that would be his job to figure out who got which ones.
You could just say, here are the men's, here are the ladies. Free for all, pick the pair you like.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice too if you have like something like that to put on them. And then you could even put a little label on the back with washing instructions, like if they are ones that they should hand wash or maybe not put in the dryer. I mean, my kids are pretty good about following whatever I tell them. I think most of them still put them in the washer, but they lay them flat. They don't put them in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if it's a pair for someone that I've done and I know that it's a non-super wash, I'll just put that on it, and they're good about just hand washing them. So.
Also in Ravelry, we still have our winter.
I'm going to
go grab it.
I'm going to find it. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to get it wrong. The WKNP make along. And that is for
your Muscleboro.
It's for the Muscleboro. Yes. It's not for socks. Socks and sweaters are pretty much the only thing it's not for, because we have the year-long sock along going on anyway. But it's for any outside accessory. So think hats, headbands, scarves, cowls, mittens, gloves, leg warmers, anything that you put on as an accessory to go outside in the cold. And that is going through until the end of January. And you can enter that on Ravelry, and we'll have a prize. There's always a prize, right?
Always a prize. Yep.
Always prize. Always prize.
So, and there are over 1,400 pairs in there. I looked before we came on tonight. There's over 1,400 pairs of socks.
Oh, we've got to get to 1,500. Come on, knitters. We want to get to 1,500. And if we get to 1,500, I'm going to tell you have to do 2,000 next year. But come on, we can get there. We can get there.
We can do it.
We can do it. There's still time. There's time.
Yes,
Tom Hanks
end of January for the warm winter woolly cow.
Oh, that's right, Julia. That's a good point. Because she said that she doesn't want to post Christmas gifts that would
For the warm winter woolies, yes. But for your socks, even if they're Christmas, you can put them in all the last week of December.
Yes. Yes. Get the socks in there. Sarah said she just put a hat in there. Jose says that Ross intrigues her. Seems to be a man of many talents.
He is a man of many talents. Like I'll sometimes text him things and just go, could you make me this? And like a day later I have it. So
yeah.
And usually he'll make it from things that we have around the house.
Yeah, I know. Mike is like that too. I'll say,
so
I'm thinking of this. I'd like this. And I can't seem to find it. And then the next thing I know, it's made, it's done. Deborah wants to know how Miles, my grandson, is doing. He is doing awesome. He's becoming a little chatterbug. He likes. So my daughter is breastfeeding him, which makes me think about the nipple butter. We have to talk about that. So
I didn't bring it down. Okay, you talk about Miles. I'll go get it.
Okay. So he likes to do this thing when he's feeding, and then he stops feeding and he starts like babbling and chatting and doing his little baby thing. And then he just goes back to eating. So today I was talking to my daughter on the phone, and Miles was just super chatty. He turned 2 months yesterday. Yes. So she put photos up of him. He's doing really, really well. They will be here on December the 11th. Or no, sorry. They will be here on January the 11th. They're coming after Christmas, and we're going to have a week with them. So looking super forward to that. So what Noelle has gone to get is nipple cream or nipple butter. I'm not sure what brand she has, but as knitters, I don't know, like I get the really dry skin right here, like on the corners of my fingers in the winter. And even though I'm using the body lotions all the time, because we're sanitizing our hands so much and washing our hands so much due to the pandemic, then I just find my hands are getting dry all the time. So Noelle has found the cure. She's going to share it with us.
So this is Pure Land lanolin cream. So it's 100% pure lanolin, right? So for knitters, what's more perfect, right? Lanolin from sheeps. It is actually like the main purpose of it is for breastfeeding, or what they advertise it for, but it's also really good for dry skin. So what I do with it, like, is I put it on at night. Can I post it in a banner? Sure. Why not? Okay.
Julia, we know you're just making fun of us now.
Nope.
You're just trying to get us banned on YouTube for talking about nipples.
I'm just going to put the name of it.
There you go.
Anyways, I put it on at night, right? So that it has time to like work overnight while you're not doing anything. And by the next morning, like you can still feel it. Like you can wash your hands the next morning and you can almost feel like the water beat up on them. That's how protective the barrier is.
Yeah, it's a nice barrier.
So what I think I'm going to do now, like going forward, because like I find like lately my skin is so dry because of you're baking, you're cooking, like even doing the candle making, like it seems like your hands are in water all the time. Plus your furnace is on, so the air in your house is drier. Yes. And like I hate when my fingers get like rough around the edges where it catches on your yarn when you're knitting.
Your yarn. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to put like a hand butter on first at night and then put that on top of it. And then that should help help it really soak in. So anyways, I'm going to finish typing this in here, but I saw this actually advertised on breakfast television. And it is very thick. And I did used to have this when I was nursing the kids, but I just had like actual little tub of pure lanolin. There we go.
I'm just going back to Sarah's comment. She said that her hubby is in the basement right now putting something together so that she can teach series and parallel circuits to grade 6s tomorrow. You have to love a husband who is working on his time off for your job while you get to sit and visit and knit. Oh, Olivia says she should have 10 socks to post by Christmas. Yay. What did you say we're at, Noelle? What did you say we're at, Noelle?
We were already at, it was like 1406 or 1408 or something.
Okay. We can do this.
So we'll get there. So.
Yes. Julia says in 2022, she plans to make a pair of socks. So
Yay,
those of you
Julia.
that don't know Julia, she's a prolific knitter, and she knits and knits and knits. She does not make socks. We are going to convert that woman yet. We are working on it. How can you just not have socks? Socks are the
I just like them. Well, first of all, they're a nice gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I like them for the portability of the project when you're going anywhere.
Yes.
It's always something that you can do if you do find that one skein that you just fall in love with the colors on it, but you really don't know what you're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
We actually probably already have, well, I know I do already have a lot of those skeins in my stash.
Mm-hmm.
And they are like, I love gifting them. I love making them. I have a big family that loves them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always socks to be made. So
Sarah wants to know if they can enter socks that are made from sock tubes. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Because I think people are of the misconception that if you get a sock tube cranked, that you're going to be 10 minutes and a pair of socks is done. That is not the case. I've only tried sock tubes a couple of times, and I have to say it almost took me longer to get the stitches, the live stitches back onto needles, and then I still have to knit. You have to knit a cuff, you have to knit the heel, you have to knit a toe, right?
Well, not only knit them, you have to figure out where you're going to place them.
Yes. And like usually, like when I do an afterthought heel like this, I already have waste yarn in place. So I know exactly where that heel's going. And somehow it just seems easier to pick up the stitches. But if you're starting from a sock tube, you always get that wonky thing because, you know, our knitting doesn't go like around, and it's like a spiral. It's actually like a helical. So you get that weird little bit on a sock tube on the side that's a little tricky to work around. So like I've got waste yarn already in place there that I'm going to pick up the stitches on these socks. So absolutely, sock tubes count. So if that helps anybody else out that's watched and thought they couldn't put a sock tube sock in, get in there now. Put some in there. We're going to get to 1,500.
Elizabeth says she has 15 pairs, but she doesn't know how to upload the pictures. Okay, Elizabeth, you have to set up a project page in Ravelry for each of them. And then you can just put pictures into your Ravelry project page from your camera roll. And then once you're in there, you go to our group, you go to the thread. And when you click on like reply to thread, there'll be a banner at the top. There's one that looks like a little picture, and you just hit it and it says, it'll give you a choice of where to post pictures from. And then you just choose from your project pages. I don't know if I can find a tutorial for that. There must be somewhere.
I would think
on Ravelry.
Even just Ravelry, I think might have one.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find something for you, Elizabeth, because definitely we want you to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to go back. Peggy has knit 51 pairs of socks this year.
Wow.
And she's hoping to get in one more pair.
Yay.
And I know how many socks you've knit, Peggy. I didn't know it was as high as 51, but my goodness, there's constantly socks in there from Peggy. So yes, you are a prolific sock knitter, Peggy.
So Kimmy wanted to know how this smells. It really doesn't smell like anything. Like, if anything, it smells like a tiny bit sheepy. But your yarn probably smells more sheepy. It really doesn't smell like anything. So, and it's like I think they said it was perfectly safe for babies to still nurse if you use it. So
yes,
it's got to be all natural.
Where did you say you got it? Did you get it?
I ordered it off. I just ordered it off Amazon. I don't know. Okay. You might be able to get it at Shoppers, but so.
Oh, Elaine created a monster. She said that she started knitting socks with one pair for her husband, and now he only wants to wear hand knit ones.
That's
even with his sandals in the winter.
Yep.
Anne said that she was knitting a sock in the dentist chair today, and the dentist knew. My dentist knew what I was doing because his grandmother knits. There you go.
Okay. Lillian says she knit a few pairs of socks, but her Kitchener stitch isn't great. Lillian, you have to look up the Finchley graft.
I have a tutorial.
So much easier.
Yes.
But if you look it up, Finchley graft, look up a tutorial, you end up turning the sock inside out, and it's so much easier than doing Kitchener stitch. Yes. Like, you don't have to think of purl on, knit off, knit on, purl off. You just, anyway, just look that up, because I that's all I do on my toes and heels now is the Finchley graft.
Yes, me too. I haven't Kitchenered in a while. And I have On my Tangled Stitch YouTube channel, there is a tutorial on there.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, look, we're going to be over 1,500 pairs if all the new knitters come through for us.
So,
Sarah thinks that she will have 3 more pairs by the end of the month. There you go. Barb says there are how-to videos. I think this is for Elizabeth. There were how-to videos on YouTube. Just search how to post a project on Ravelry.
Okay. So Heather says she picked up an antique sock machine a year ago and she's cranked a few tubes and knit them up. She said it's so finicky, but she loves the vanilla socks. I enjoy hand knitting them too. I really like hand knitting socks. I do too. So, and the parts that I want to hurry up and get through are the heels and toes, which I'd probably still end up doing by hand, right?
That's right. And then
I don't know. I think it's amazing if you get a sock machine. I think I'd rather hand knit. Well, plus you and I like patterns in our socks too.
Yes. But the sock tubes, it does sort of help. Like if you have a tote box of sock yarn.
Yes.
So it is kind of nice to be able to roll through. And I was just trying to think, did I see? Oh, yes, I did. So somebody else today, I saw this. Other things you can do with sock tubes. Now I might be into this. I'll show you this. I'll pull this up because this is kind of a sock tube, right? Or actually, never mind. Let me find the other one. Okay, so a sock tube pretty much looks like this, except it doesn't have the heel and the toe, right? You're just going to get a tube, okay?
Yep.
What somebody had done is they Kitchener stitched this end and this end, and then they folded it in half. Excuse me, every time I talk. And then they did this with it. So that when they opened it, I don't know if this is going to work. Excuse me.
I don't know I'm not sure what you're doing. So
okay. Hang on a minute. The Kitchener stitched edges together like this, but then, all right, they twisted it. Okay. Twisted it like this and stitched it in like that. So that when they opened it, this isn't working. It worked on the video. I swear. Yes, it would. This is what they ended up with. Look at this. They ended up with a headband. Sort of like the headband
with a twist in it,
with the twist in the front, like little, sort of like that turban headband. Yep. And I thought, you know what? That's not a bad idea because
yeah.
And that would be really quick and easy. So, and then I was also thinking you could probably do some form of a mitten or a hand warmer out of them too, right?
Well, definitely wrist warmers, right? That you just push up to. Right. All you'd have to do is kind of finish off the ends on it.
Yeah. So going back to that Kitchener stitch, Lillian, she was saying that it's frustrating to take all the time knitting a sock and then ruining it at the toe. Oh, goodness. She got so mad she cut up her sock and threw it in the garbage. Oh, Lillian, goodness. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know I was getting really frustrated with the Kitchener stitch because I kept getting, just on one side, I was getting a weird little bump and I can't make the weird little bump go away. So I'd almost have to tag the stitch and pull it back through. But this Finchley graft, I just get really nice looking toes. I'm looking for, this is a toe up, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't think I have mine here.
Here's a pair here.
But yeah, plus it's like you don't really have to think about it.
So this is, and I do a rounded toe. Look at that. Nice and even on all sides. Look at that. So it works really well. And it looks pretty much like a Kitchener at the end of the toe. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it looks like your stitches are lined up across basically the same as, it's just another way to graft.
Yeah, it's just another way to graft.
They're just two different grafting methods. But there is also, if you really don't want to graft, there are also toe patterns that, like there's a star toe, which you actually decrease in so that at the end you're left with just maybe 4 stitches and you just thread them through and pull it. So if you really don't want to graft at all, there are other sock, like the toes and heels that you can do that don't involve grafting. Or you could start with toe up, because toe up, then you're not ending up grafting anything on the toe, but you'd still have to do something with the heel. Well, I guess unless you did a heel flap and gusset, or what's the other one that you can do toe up? What's the other heel? Fleagle.
Fleagle, yes.
Fleagle heel. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so don't give up just because of that. There are other ways around things. There are different grafting methods. There are different ways to do the toe so that you don't have to do any grafting. So, okay, Beth has to go. Bye, Beth. Talk to you later.
Get your pictures in, Beth.
Get your pictures in. Get your jammies on.
Jess was saying she's got 5 pairs finished before the end of the year. Nice. Oh, Marianne saw the same thing today. See, Marianne, that was a great idea. I really liked that. And I may even have I might have a sock tube or 2. So.
Were they the ones from Full Moon?
No,
no.
Those were all done.
That's right. Yep.
Yes, Elizabeth.
Yes,
her
internet is glitchy.
I'm getting a weird signal that says I have like 1 bar. I don't understand it. I'm hardwired into the internet.
It is after. Maybe we should go before you actually do go.
Before I get sent off into the black space of the internet again. Yes.
But anyway, so we'll still have knit chat next week. So
yes,
closer to Christmas. Hopefully my socks will be done by then. I'm sure they will. But I'll see what else I found to fill my time with. So I think someone said earlier that, they could never imagine being bored, being retired. No, I just find more and more things that I want to do, and I still don't have enough time to do everything.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
We had a big group in here tonight.
Yeah. We love chatting with everybody. It's so nice to just sit down and talk with our friends.
Yeah,
that's right.
Highlight of our week. And hope you enjoyed it. And I think we have the best group of people. I really do. I may be biased, but I think we do. We have such lovely comments in response to our podcasts, and also to our knit chats. And you're such a helpful and a friendly group.
And we love how you guys interact with each other through that, because that's exactly what it would be like if you went out with a bunch of people to go knitting. So that's like, we're really happy that everybody's getting to know everybody in the group, and looking forward to meeting up once a week. So
okay, well, we'll see you.
Have a great week. Don't get too stressed about the holidays, and just try and relax. So we'll talk to you next week.
Happy knitting.